This is the Cessna 350 Corvalis, the cream of the current crop among high-performance singles. What do you get when you made a sleek and efficient composite airframe to a high-output Continental engine, advanced avionics, and an ergonomic interior? Sales, and lots of them. This is evident by Cirrus Aircraft's success with its SR-22, and that was the premise behind the original Columbia 350, the normally aspirated version of the company's flagship Columbia 400 and later Cessna Corvalis series. The Columbia 350 was notable for its luxury, speed, and advanced avionics, and quickly found a niche among private pilots and small charter companies looking for a high-performance single-engine aircraft that did not compromise on comfort or cutting-edge technology. However, the early 2000s were a tumultuous time for the aviation industry, with economic pressures leading to challenges across the board. Columbia Aircraft faced financial difficulties, and after an attempted acquisition by Cirrus Aircraft fell through, found itself filing for bankruptcy in 2007. It was at this juncture that Cessna saw an opportunity to expand its single-engine aircraft lineup and acquired select assets of Columbia Aircraft. Cessna, recognizing the value and potential of these aircraft, rebranded them as the Cessna 350, and under its stewardship, the company maintained the high standards of performance and luxury, but integrated this model into its existing product support and dealer network, vastly improving accessibility for service and parts, which was a boon for existing and new owners alike. But is it really the cream of the current crop among high-performance singles? Stay with us till the end of the video, because here is everything you need to know about the Cessna 350 Corvalis. Stepping inside, the cabin is notable for its spaciousness, making it one of the more comfortable cabins in the light aircraft category. The interior is huge, at least by conventional standards, 50 inches or 1.25 meters at its widest point, and the headroom and shoulder room are excellent. The backseat area is easily large enough for full-sized adults, and the baggage area has plenty of room for a week's worth of bags. The airplane's sports car styling notwithstanding, the Cessna 350 is designed to allow adults to travel in comfort. The aircraft comfortably seats 4 adults, with leather-upholstered seats that emphasize both comfort and durability. Each seat is equipped with high-back designs, adjustable headrests, and robust seatbelts. The cabin's twin gull-wing doors are not only stylish, but also provide easy and convenient access for passengers and pilots. Attention to detail in the cabin's interior includes adjustable LED lighting, which can be adjusted to suit the time of day and passenger preference. Ventilation is also thoughtfully integrated, with adjustable air vents that ensure a comfortable cabin temperature and airflow. Through the use of advanced materials and design techniques, the cabin remains remarkably quiet, even at higher speeds and altitudes. Storage solutions are intelligently designed to maximize space without compromising the cabin's aesthetics. The aircraft features dedicated spaces for personal items and larger luggage. The baggage compartment is capable of holding up to 120 pounds or 55 kilograms, accommodating luggage and equipment for all passengers, which is ideal for trips that might require additional gear. Now let's step into the cockpit. If you're a pilot, the first things that you notice when you sit down in the Cessna 350 are its flat panels, a PFD in front of the pilot, and an MFD in the middle of the panel. It seems like the PFD is situated slightly to the right of the pilot, and you get the sense that the displays are in the portrait, or vertical orientation, because panel space is limited and the deep glare shield adds to that effect. Even the navcoms are placed less than ideally, with one GNS 430 on the console between the seats and the other on the panel. That's one advantage of flat panel displays, however. Because they're so well integrated, panels can get smaller and still have greater capability than their steam gauge predecessors. There are probably 2 kinds of pilots, those who like steering by differential braking and those who don't. Steering by brakes is responsive and elegant. The downside is, of course, if you lose one brake, you can only steer in one direction. If you're going fast, that's definitely not a good thing, so a good pre-taxi and pre-landing check is to make sure you have pressure in both pedals. The MFD is also in a vertical orientation, and it lets you see more real estate out ahead of you, which, after all, is the direction that we're most often headed in. The one really nice addition to the Avidyne Integra PFD is a flight director. As implemented on the Cessna 350, The flight director is a visual display of flight profile as commanded by the autopilot. A remote switch allows the pilot to select from among 4 autoflight modes: hand flying, autopilot, autopilot with flight director, or hand flying with flight director. When hand flying, the idea is to nest the aircraft reference symbol into the command bars, which makes smooth hand flying easy. Now, there's been a lot of debating among pilots between Lancer's approach to cockpit ergonomics, a side stick, versus Cirrus's, a side yoke, and Diamond's, a conventional stick. The salient point is that they've all thankfully gotten the yoke out of the way of the panel. The side stick feels like a little stick mounted on the sidewall of the cockpit because it is. It's smooth, elegant, and nicely proportioned. Of course, when you're flying an airplane like this, you're going to let the autopilot, in this case the ubiquitous STEC 55X, do most of the work. Still, when you're hand flying, it's great to have a nicely harmonized and responsive airplane on the other end of the stick. Now let's talk about the engine, performance specifications, and how it flies. The Cessna 350 is powered by a Teledyne Continental Motors IO550N engine with a TBO of 2,000 hours. This naturally aspirated, fuel-injected engine produces 310 horsepower at 2,700 RPM, highlighting a robust design tailored for reliability and consistent performance. The aircraft requires 2,420 feet or 740 meters of runway to take off at sea level on a standard day and has a full fuel payload of 500 pounds or 230 kilograms. The engine allows a maximum rate of climb per minute of 1,200 feet or 366 meters and a maximum ceiling of 18,000 feet or 5,500 meters. The plane has a maximum cruise speed of 191 knots, with an average hourly fuel burn of 16 gallons or 60 liters. Fuel capacity is a generous 106 gallons total, with 98 usable, carried in a wet wing between the spars, so it's reasonably well protected in a crash, and quantity doesn't affect the center of gravity. With full tanks and hopefully a relief device, you can fly almost 900 nautical miles or 1,670 kilometers with no wind with reserves. At best, economy and, hence, slower airspeeds. That figure exceeds 1,200 nautical miles or 2,220 kilometers. With full or nearly full tanks and a relatively light load, the Cessna 350 will make short work of many regional trips that would require a fuel stop for most other airplanes in its class. Of course, for carrying more than a couple of average-sized occupants, you'll need to leave out some fuel. With a full fuel payload of just over 500 pounds or 230 kilograms, the lightest possible Cessna 350 will be able to carry exactly 3 average-sized passengers with no bags. Leave some fuel out, and you'll be able to take bags or a 4th passenger on reasonably long non-stop trips. And finally, the landing distance is around 2,530 feet or 770 meters. Now let's talk about the price and cost. The base purchase price for a used Cessna 350 is $300,000 to $500,000 before options. And while the annual fixed cost is estimated at $20,000 to $30,000, the average hourly operating cost is estimated at $150 to $250. Thank you for staying with us till the end. Here are 2 videos you can watch next. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.